Hello everyone, welcome back to my jbird. And we're going to keep the opening rolling right now. I'm in black, and this is called One Square Nightbird. Nightbird, jaybird in the tower, rook bishop, king's crown castle in the tower, knight's queen tower in the tower, to bot 2735, game 59, and yes, I did use the arrows, and let's check it out and see if I can shed any light on this to help you. E4, D6, D4, E6, C3 with the knight, E7, and we started one square right now, E7, F3, H6, E2, G6, H4, never worry about that, E7, G3, F8, because you're coming back here no matter what. Now after F8, D3, and the one square nightbird is complete because you ran the knight here first over here to get the bishop up, and now the bishop's on the one square too, and that's your one square nightbird. Okay, after D3, we'll get to show you what the rest is going to look like. D7, and now there's your nightbird. The knight over the queen, the bishop over the king. This is your standard nightbird now. This ain't a reverse. We just performed the one square nightbird here, but this is your standard nightbird. Okay, after D7, E3, A6, and this is important here. On my knight's queen, I got to write that down. I wrote it down somewhere. I'll have to show you. One pawn push to a 2900 is a draw, and it's just pawn push here, but that's on another video. After A6, A4, knighty over, H7. It's okay. He could castle that way. Go ahead. And we'll just bring the knight. We'll just work this way. After H7, castles. It don't matter. Knighty, F8, E5, pass, D5. E1, D7. And there's your jaybird. Now, it is in the tower because this pawn's going to get pushed up. But after D7, he goes G2, C6. And there it is. It's in the tower right here. After C6, F4, Queenie, C7, G2, castle. And now that's your rook, bishop, king's crown, castle in the tower. That's what that looks like. And we'll go back over this. I'll show you where you were already in a winning position. As soon as he castled, you're in a winning position already. After castle, D2, E8. Yep, never push your pawns up. You bring this one back because these pawns are going to get pushed. That's why you just make an extra move before you do it. 3E8, D3, F6, takes F6, takes F6, F4, D6, takes D6, takes D6, E3, F7, E1, D7, and there is your knight's queen in the tower. We still have the tower here, and that's a tower. That's a knight's queen tower. If the two bishops were here, it would be the jaybird tower. If it's the two knights, it's the knight's waiting tower. If it's the bishop and the knight, it's the nightbird tower. And it could be in the tower, and this is a tower too. After D7, E5, takes E5, takes C5, D4, F4, C7, B1, D5, and you could really see how you gain momentum once this thing unravels. But I got to take you back to after D5, where you were really winning in winning position. After D5, D4, G5, and now you push your pieces. E4, takes H4, C4, B4, C5. Nope, take another piece. Don't worry about that knight. If he just takes it, then we get another one. Then he has to defend it. Now he's split wide open. It's worth the sacrifice. And then you got to pass pawn. After H3, takes g3, d5, c3, g8, d4, g5, takes d5, and you take with this pawn, d5. Everything's good. Look where his king at, and look where you're at. Okay? Now you just see how powerful this really is just at a 2735. Okay, it's a bot, but it's close enough to a regular 2735 on a regular program. It could be a little bit weaker, but the point is, some things could be changed on a stronger program. It won't matter. You're still going to get the same. Basically, you're going to still get the winning position. This level goes up pretty high. After d5, f3, g8, f4, e6. Yep, I stopped. I don't want no pushing here. After b4, g7, and I did use the arrows if I didn't mention it, but it's my opening, how I play chess and how I do it and everything else. After g7, f2, g3 takes, e2, f3 takes f3, f8, takes f8, f8, g1, f3, g2, d4, f1, e3, h2, takes e5, g1, check, e3, h2. And this is the way I believe how you do it. You don't need to try to go for checkmates. Don't fight yourself. Don't kill yourself. Have fun. After h2, d3, a5, d2, f8, c7. I know I have it covered either way, and you got enough time to do nothing. After g7, d7, f1, e2, g1, d1, takes d1, h2, d2, g2, takes b4, c2, takes a5, f2, takes c5, g2, d5, g3, h5, h2, g4, f2, e5, f4, b5, h4. No, and he thinks he's going to stalemate me or something here. No, I already see it. I go in a white square. f7, e6, f4. We're not going to play that game. That's why I play the way I play, because they always do that. No, you can walk around all day. f4, a5, g5, a4, f6, e7, g6, h4, f1, h3, h6, h2, h1, h4, g7, f3, h2, takes h2, f7, e2, f6, h1, g5, a3, g6, a2, f6, a1, f2, h5, g1, h6, and h4. That's game. Let's go back. It's a fun way to play, and this is how I played when I was 11, 12 years old. But of course, ain't no grandmaster today. Even I wasn't one back then. I was just a kid. But this is how I played and moved my pieces. And I wasn't the aggressive one. Jay was the aggressive one. I was the one always playing like shallow all the time, just like this, playing with my pieces. You do your opening. You want to see it again? The one square nightbird. Okay. This is the start of the one. Now you're in the one square nightbird right there. Okay. Now you're in the standard nightbird. Okay. This level's looking. This is high here. 29, 3200. Didn't even do this. I'm not sure about this one though. With this like this, but this is that bishop being there. There. Now, that's it. Game's over. You're in a winning position right here. That's it. That's it right here. That's all but 3,200 right there in this position. Right now is what you see. You're in a winning position right now. I have it in my other videos. I explained and I showed you. Oh, and there's another thing. As we're going through here, they changed the programs. Like I told you with D Fritz 8. My jbird right here, which I beat D Fritz 8 with, and I ran my pawns up and did the whole thing. They fixed the program by putting a knight over the queen. I changed the whole program. I told you in my past videos now how powerful that is. And you just send it up past 28. It's 29, 3,000, 31. It's 30. You're looking at 3,200 already. You can't. No. You can't. You change one move in a program or one move and your ELO factor changes. I told you this. Now, I'm going to, we'll go back to that again because that's what it is. Now I got to explain what's really going on here. And then when it all falls, and that's why if you ever run into a program, well, it don't do that because it changes. You might have to change, a move might have to get changed again and looked at again. That's what might have to happen here. But it's winning. The whole thing, you see that this is winning. Let's go back. Let's do, instead of going to the end, let's keep showing you what's going on. You're winning. You're in winning positions. You're in the winning position. And believe it or not, these first 3 rows is really perfect play against certain openings. And this is already 3,200 looking, except I'm not sure about these 2 pawns like this. He castles, now he's done. That's game over right there. I mean, I'm doing it. I'm choosing my assistants, the arrows, but I'm doing it the way, so I don't make mistakes. But I don't care. If I got assistance of 3,500, it don't matter what. It's done. It's done in this position. Something else has to happen for this not to lose. It wouldn't even let you get this far. That's the whole point, I guess. But this is totally winning. This is totally winning. Right here, you move your pieces around, you're winning. It all falls, everything falls in place, all the balance, the tactic here with the queens and the knights, it all fell my way on this. The whole bit, it just falls. And but like I said, one move difference, believe it or not, in the opening changes the whole game. It's crazy. You go right to a draw. And I can't wait as soon as this opening's over. All right, you know what happens. That the Knight's Queen, I got a 2,900 and I drawed it because of one move. And I'm saving the game because of one move. Well, I didn't save I beat it, but I didn't do one move. I beat it because this move right here in my Knight's Queen, meaning the queen was here. The queen's here, and that's here, and then these pawns like this, that's called the Knight's Queen. Because I didn't push this pawn, I only drawed it. But I said, what am I doing? I didn't do something right. I was supposed to get that in, and I kept moving other pieces first, and then I'm just doing too many things. And it's winning. You're winning. And look how we just move in the three rows here on the bottom. Look how we just do this. And then work our way up. Look how we work in this. You got to work your way up. Off the first 3 rows. And now look, he's already busted. He's done. Ain't no coming back from this. All right, thanks for stopping by, and we're going to have the rest of this opening.